All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to start out by giving all praise and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHA YAHAWASHI, BAHA QADASH. I'd like to give the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. I would like to say salutations to all that can push in his worth in truth and sincerity. It's going to be a lesson done in the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, BAHA YAHAWASHI, Lord willing to edify the flock of the Lord. All right, and this lesson is basically just centered around this whole situation right now with the Supreme Court, where some information was leaked regarding one of these major cases that the Supreme Court, in its history has judged upon. Okay, and that's basically the Roe versus Wade, which is basically the right that this society gave these women to basically abort, and have abortions. Okay, and basically what was going on, they're trying to, with what was leaked, it was basically the overturn of that right. Okay, and you have an uproar of people coming up and saying that this cannot happen, that how can we take the rights of these women to essentially murder their babies. Okay, and the reason I bring this up, man, this is part of us sighing and crying for the abominations that be done in the midst. Just the fact that there's an argument about this is really mind-boggling. Okay, but that's how we understand that the wicked are in authority. Okay, that the wicked bear the rule. Okay, because you have these type of arguments, you have these type of situations happening where in reality, any righteous man or person will see this as an evil act. Okay, because it goes against what the Lord commanded us. Okay, because right here in the book of I just typed in the word fruitful, and basically that's what the Lord commanded us in the book of Genesis to be. Once we came into being, what the Lord created us to be, he said to go throughout the earth and and multiply, be fruitful. Okay, and that's the nature of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're a very fruitful people, and if you do your due diligence and your research on why these abortion laws were created, it was really created for our people, man. They wanted us to exterminate ourselves, basically. Okay, through eugenics. Okay, that's why they fund Planned Parenthood and all these organizations that basically affect you so-called minorities. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, so this was done to try to limit us. That's what the devil does. You see, because we're so, just like in the land of Egypt when we were in captivity. We, even being in captivity, we multiplied. We became even more than these heathens that were over us. Okay, and there's the same thing happening all over again here in Babylon the Great. Okay, that's why you see, brothers, these Issacharites, these Judites, they got so many damn seeds, man. Okay, the Ephraim, thou shall be fruitful. Okay, that's why these some of these Northern Kingdom brothers, they be having a lot of seeds, man. Okay, because that's in our nature, it's in our spirit. You see, and Esau was created, to represent everything that's not us. You see, and what does he represent? He represents death. He gives you the ability so that you could kill, your babies, basically. Okay, so I'm gonna run some of these right here in Genesis 1:22. And the Most High blessed them, and saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And the Most High blessed them. This is 1:28. And the Most High blessed them and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Okay, so I want to grab that word, be fruitful, real quick. To bear fruit, be fruitful, branch off. To bear fruit, be fruitful. To cause to bear fruit, to make fruitful. To show fruitfulness, to bear fruit. Just like a tree, when you plant a tree, you plant a tree so that it could give you fruit, so that you could potentially one day eat off that tree. Okay, And that's ultimately what the seed represents, man. You know, it's you planting your seed in a woman, so that, you know, you're, you know, after you have passed away, you know, your seed continues after you, and through that seed, eventually you will come back again, okay, through reincarnation. So, you know, this is the wickedness of this society, man. And now we understand, 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, that the man of sin be revealed, you know. And how is he being revealed? Through his actions, through the policy that he dictates throughout the world, man. Okay. So let's get the scripture here in Isaiah 47:11. It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. You see? And this is one of the reasons why the Lord's going to bring a heavy judgment upon this land, America, Babylon the Great. Because if you read a little on top of here, this is basically going into Babylon. You know, how the Lord is making it naked. You know, the shame of it is being revealed, okay? And that's what we have right now. You know, we have all the ammunition and the receives on what you Edomites have done throughout history, man. And that you still do, okay? The laws that you pass, you know, like it says in Isaiah 10, you know, unrighteous decrees. Because that abortion thing, that's an unrighteous decree, okay? So it says, verse 12, stand now with thine enchantments. You see, that's an enchantment, man. It's witchcraft, okay? And with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. You know, and this past weekend in camp, you know, a point was made on how, you know, these devils are in league with the spiritual demon Satan, man. Okay, and when they commit these acts, man, this is basically giving them power on the left-hand side, okay? The killing of babies, okay? And that's why throughout the ancient heathenistic cultures, you see a theme of, you know, children being sacrificed, okay? Of children being thrown on fire, okay? Because that's how, you know, that whole left hand, they get a lot of power of the killing and you know, the turning out of children, man. Okay, that's why there's a big push right now with the whole alphabet people, you know, pushing their so-called rights and their liberties and whatnot to these children, man. Okay, because they basically want to create a generation of freaks. Okay, so it says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt not be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let not the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Okay? But there's no deliverance to these people, man. Okay? On all levels have they committed abominations. All right? So let's get some of these words. Enchantments. A magician, a charmer, a spell, okay? An association, a society, man, of wickedness, okay? Isn't Planned Parenthood a society, okay, that basically tells you that they're planning for a better, they're basically giving you the guidelines on how to, you know, have a good family when you're ready. You see, that's the bullshit that they sell you with, man. Sorceries. All right, let's get the word sorceries.
Strong's H 3785. Keshif. Keshif.
So sorcery, witchcraft, okay? To practice witchcraft or sorcery, use witchcraft. All right, and that's basically all that is, because they use chemicals, they use you know, different instruments to, you know, extract that what they would call a fetus from inside your womb, man. You know, that's witchcraft. That's evil. Okay, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. All right. So it says, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. All right. And that's ultimately the judgment of this place for every wicked act that they do here, man. Okay, just like it says here in Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You see? And that's what you see here in America being practiced at an alarming rate, man. And you have actual people here. You know, I was reading some of these Twitter posts. So check this out right here. This is from this guy right here. So let me get this straight. One leak from the Scottish and the Marshal is called in to investigate by Chief Justice Robert, but a sitting justice wife literally plotted to overthrow the government and no investigation. Interesting. There was a better one. Right here. This is a pretty good one. The Scottish opinion is not just about Rome. Your right to birth control is next. Your right to marry whomever you love is next. All of your rights to make your own decisions about how and when to raise your family are at stake. You see? And that's what the scriptures talk about. Even Satan and his angels should turn themselves into an angel of light. Okay? Because, hey, it sounds good, right? Oh yeah, you know, we want to make sure you have the best resources available to you so that you can start your family when you want to start your family. Okay? But, you know, they don't mention all the horribleness and the nastiness that comes with these clinics that commit these acts. Okay? So all that's just all you're hearing right now, man. You know, they're all super mad. They're filled with indignation, okay, for what's being done, okay? But, you know, this is the society where, you know, let me read it. This is Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You see, and that's what they do here in this society. Because in reality, everything that they're calling for and upholding and calling good, in reality is one of the most evil things that a woman could do to her own little one, man. Okay? You know, that defenseless creature, man, in reality. Okay? But right here in this society, they call that good. They call that, oh, you're protecting your future. Okay? It says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink. And all these is a strong wine, is a strong drink. Okay, these philosophies, these ideas, okay? It says, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Because they'll villainize you if you say that you're against, you know, if you're pro-life, you know, what they use in this society. You know, because there's the evil ones are pro-choice. It's a bunch of bullshit, man. But, you know, that's what they do here in America, Babylon the Great. You know, they call that which is evil good and that which is good evil. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble and the flame consumeth the chaff, so their root shall be as rottenness, and their blossomness shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Lord YAHAWAH of hosts and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel, man. Okay, and there's a continued message of destruction, man, of fire for all those that, you know, basically call good evil and evil good. Okay, there's a punishment to be paid. Okay, and a lot of you people, man, you know, 2/3 of our own people are gonna have to pay the price. Okay, because hey, if you ask your random ass Jake, man, they'll tell you, oh, it's her choice. You know, I even had a situation back, you know, when I first came into the faith, you know, that topic came up, and, you know, I almost, you know, ended up in a fight with one of my coworkers, you know, because dude got really offended over the topic. Okay, but, you know, that's what this world creates, man. You know, it creates a bunch of devils. All right, so I'll close out with this. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hand of our fathers both these old inhabitants of thy holy land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. Okay, because that's basically a sacrifice that you're giving up to Molech, man. Okay, and I'll get that real quick. This is Leviticus 18 and 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech. And what they used to do, they used to literally, you know, throw their little babies, man, into the fire. Okay, as a sacrifice. Okay, so it says, neither shall thou profane the name of thy power. I am Yahawah. All right, and just because you're not throwing your children into physical fire, man, it does not mean that you're not, worshiping Satan while you're doing that, because Satan's the one that gives you the ability to do that by his physical counterpart Esau, Edom. Okay, so let's get back over here. So it says, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, and also these merciless murderers of children, and devourers of men's flesh, and the feast of blood. All right, and that's where the scriptures also talk about that the root of all evil is the love of money. Okay, because if you do your research on what Planned Parenthood really does, man, they're basically into selling body parts, man. And that's a whole thing with these late trimester abortions that they want to keep around. Because in the later, the bigger the baby is, the more they could harvest. That's what they call it, off that specimen. What Esau will use these words, all right, to desensitize the people, man. Okay, and that's what they do. They sell the body parts, man. Okay, when you do your real research on all these things, man, it all goes back to some form of evil, man, of wickedness, of witchcraft. Okay. So it says, and also these merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh, and the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew. And that's what these doctors are, man. They're basically priests for the left-hand side. All right, and the parents that kill with their own hands, souls destitute of help. You see, everything's in the Bible, man. Okay, that which was in the ancient times, man. Everything repeats itself. Okay, do you think they weren't doing these things back in the ancient days, man? Yeah, they were. Says that the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of the Most High's children. All right, so that's what they do in the society, man, and it's upheld here. It's allowed. They look at you as a angel, as a hero. You're so brave. That's the bullshit that they feed you here, though. Okay, but we understand that you are of your father the devil, and you get taken by it, especially you women. So this is John 8:44. You are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. All right. So, the people in this world, man, because there's even men that force their women to do this shit. You know what I mean? So on all levels, man, this is what we sigh and cry for, the abominations that be done in the midst. All matter of evil is being done here in America, Babylon the Great. And, that's why we need to get the F out of here already, man. Be delivered from this hellhole. Okay. So with that, I pray the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahawah, BAHA, YAHAWASHI, BAHA, QADASH. Double honors to apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you all can push his worth in truth and sincerity. I want to say shalom.